up guys, Matt here, my paintball life. I wanted to give you guys the Dye M3s review video. Some of you might be debating, should I get the M3s, should I get the M2, should I get the CS2? So hopefully going through all this stuff, you're going to see what it comes with. I'll tell you my opinion on it, what I noticed. Maybe it'll help you out, maybe it won't. I don't know. But let's see what happens. Let's start with the case. So just like the M2 case, super robust. I really dig these cases, but what's different are the insides. So it's going to have that nice foam cutout, just like Planet Eclipse does with their Geos and their Egos, which is awesome. No more of these falling out on you like the M2s did. It does come with a USB cords, all the cords you need, all the spare O-rings you need, and detents and all that good stuff. It does come with a really shitty barrel stock die. I bought an $1,800 marker. Please add a cooler barrel stock. That's just my opinion though. It's like one of the ones that you buy at the pro shops when you go paintballing and you forgot yours at home. You know? It does come with a startup guide just to kind of get to know the marker, the bolt, the O-rings that go in the bolts, the O-ring sizes, and everything else, which is very handy dandy. Also comes with your manual card in case anything ever happens. You can send that in to Dye and they will fix everything up for you. Of course, your Dye slick lube, a really neat flash card with your manual, so no more big card with a little thing. It's like this nice little sleek manual card, which is nice. This shit, and your multi-tool, which is crazy. Which is crazy cool. You have screws, you have all the Allen keys you need, you have a bottle opener, a knife, in case you get into a knife fight. You have O-ring picks, which is really cool. But when you're trying to get in and you're trying to get into the trigger, just to kind of like adjust maybe your whatever it is with the little screws that are on the trigger face, these are really bad. These are really bad to have because you can't get in there. Unless you take apart the gun and then you take out the trigger, which is defeats the whole purpose. So, I don't know what the middle ground is, but I prefer an Allen key, like the L. But this is an amazing tool to have just in general if you like have it in your pocket or you keep it in your car or whatever it is. It's a really, really great system. So let's get to the gun itself. We have the Texas Edition M3s, amazing looking marker. They really did a great job. I know there's only 20 of these made, so it's just really great looking. It does come with the new ULS tip. It does have the new Hyper 6 regulator, new feed neck, I believe a new trigger system, which makes it easier to adjust, and of course the new bolt system, which is the FL21 bolt system. And they kind of reshaped the back end here and took out the LPR, which is huge, which makes it just a lot more reliable, no more tinkering. So let's get started. So the first thing I want to start on is going to be the ASA. Dye kind of dropped the ball when they did all these new renovations on the gun, and they just left the same ASA that they've had for the past forever. I mean, this lever system, it's cool, you know, it's not cool. I don't know why I said that. It's a big pain in the ass. It can break if it's, you know, if your tank output pressure is too high. It can have hairline cracks. It can just shit on you because it's plastic. If they had like a lever system like the Ice, I don't know if those who've had the Ice, if it had the pop system like the Geos and the Egos, oh man, that'd be so amazing. But they just didn't. They didn't choose to do that. So the next thing on the list is going to be the trigger system. Dye really did a great job creating a trigger system that allowed you to customize how it felt without taking off the frame and everything else. They do have these 3 screws right here in the face of the trigger that allow you to adjust the positioning, as well as, I believe, the magnetic force, how crispy you want it. There is 2 screws right here that allow you to adjust the pre-travel and post-travel, so how much pull you want, if you want a little pull, if you want a lot of pull, when you want it to activate. So Dye really did an amazing job with that. Alright, so let's talk about the grips. Dye makes some of the best grips I think I've ever felt in the game. They are nice, they are soft, they're just like these sticky, gross grips that just feel amazing to hold, especially with the nice hourglass shape in the back. It's just, I mean, it's going to be hard to find another marker that feels as good to hold as a dye gun, especially the M3s. The cool thing they did is they made the front just slip on and slip off, much like the CS2 and the CS1, which is very nice. The lack of LPR allows them to do that, so there's no nut right here in the front. The gripe I do have with the grips is that they are so nice and so soft and so amazing that when you try to do that weird toolless system that Dye still has, that you have to like get your fingernail in there and pull and push and rip, that eventually they will rip. They'll tear right back here, which is a bummer, and then it looks bad, and then it gets worse as you play. So if they were to somehow make a new system, or to go back to just having 2 screws on each side, so I could preserve these beautiful grips for as long as possible, because they really make amazing grips. If they could also change this back end, the joystick, I have seen, and I'm sure many of you have seen, that when you use this gun a lot, this is going to start to wear, and it's just chrome paint, I'm pretty sure. So it starts to flake off, and then I think the underneath is just plastic. So with a gun this expensive, it should be metal, or aluminum, I should just say. So it just looks better, and it's cleaner, and it'll just stay forever. So it's just, so you just have some, you know, great looking pieces, even if you're playing a year or 2 from now with the same marker. Of course, Dye went ahead and made a nice thick feed neck, so it makes it easier for you to open and close, but it still does that twisty, which I really don't like because I'm OCD. Like, I need it to be like straight, and then I don't want it to wear on the inside. I really did like the DM15 feed neck because it was integrated into the body, but then again, it's not like a make it or break it thing when it comes to you know, picking a high-end marker. Like, oh, I don't want to get that because the feed neck sucks. It doesn't suck. It's just different, you know? Something I'm very excited about is the Hyper 6 regulator. They totally went away from the shim stack, so I know when I say that, it should run shivers down some of your spines, just remembering just maintaining that regulator when you had to take it out with some needle nose, and then you had to like take it out, and it was like mission impossible because you were afraid that all the shims were going to fly everywhere, and then you were going to lose the hamburger stacks, and which one had to go up and which one ended. And it was the biggest pain in the ass. So Dye finally went with the new Hyper 6 regulator. For those of you who don't know what it looks like, if you've had a Geo, it looks like that regulator. It has a spring. So there's a spring in here with a little, I'll post a photo right now. Alright, I hope you guys enjoyed that photo. It's just a more reliable way to service your regulator, and just a better system. I'm just happy they upgraded that, which is really nice. You get to it on the bottom here. If you have a nickel, you just twist that off, or a penny, or a nickel. I think it's a nickel. And then you just get that right off, and it comes off, and then you can just go to town on it, which is really nice. I kind of hope they, kind of wish that they had like a little nickel-sized like metal coin that had like Dye on it, which would have been really cool, but it would have probably cost them more than 5 cents, so I don't think they would have done it. But that's just what I wished for. So, another thing that the M3s comes with is the new ULS tip. It does have new porting and a new shape in the front here. They did say when this gun released that it is its main purpose is to lower the sound frequency of the shot, just to make it more deeper, so it's quieter on the field. And I didn't believe this at first. I did a little test. I did notice that it was deeper, and it did have kind of a quieter thump. So mission accomplished. Would I buy this tip if I didn't have the marker? If it came with a boomstick. If it came with a boomstick, I'd be very happy, but I don't think I would go and get this barrel tip just because. Not yet, at least. So the final and best part about the whole marker is going to be the new bolt. We have the FL21 bolt tip, or bolt, sorry, I'm looking at the bolt tip, it's all silver. It is more reliable. It has a nice soft shot. It is quieter than the M3, than the M2. The M3 is quieter than the M2. Mine does come with a silver tip. I know that there was a lot of people who first got the M3 and they were breaking paint like crazy, and Dye came out with a quick solution, which was this bolt tip to fix. I'm not exactly sure what this bolt tip fixed or how it was different, but I know it's different, and it fixed it, which is nice. I know that if you were to get an M3s today that was made last week, that you wouldn't see the silver tip, that it would be just one solid piece. Anyway, this bolt does run on 115 psi, so it is pretty low when it comes to operating pressure, which is sweet. It is a nice soft shot. I do know that they made this bolt to be more reliable and more efficient than the previous bolts. So it comes off just like that. That's your front piece, your front bolt, and your can. You have your back piece, which unscrews from the bolt, from the back, I'm sorry. And then you have this little piece here. So you might notice when I show you this, you might not, because I'm not sure how well you could see with that camera, but I do have 3 black O-rings here. I did get a message on Facebook letting me know that a man, a wizard, when it comes to dye guns named Richard Jones, did recommend getting some different O-rings, some Buna O-rings, to make it a nice smooth shot. You probably can't see, there's one right there as well. I'll put the link at the bottom in the bio for where to put these and where I got them from. It does create a nice soft shot. It's really nice. It cost me like $7 to get it from this O-ring store. So really nice addition for those of you who just want to tinker a little bit with something that's not very tinkerable, but it is a nice addition. So very nice bolt. I think they made a really great improvement from the last bolt that was in the M2. I want to say it was the Billy Wing bolt, but I'm not sure that's what it was like officially called. I think I'm gonna call it the M2 bolt system. So there it is, the FL21. Last but not least, just some things that I wanted to put in this video. The M3s does come with an MOS Air board, which is a wireless charging mat. So you plug it in, lays on it, and it just charges it for you, which is super cool because nothing has to plug into the marker itself, and it just charges. Some people love rechargeable batteries. I'm not one of those people. I think it's really, really cool, but I'm always nervous if I go to the field and this is the only gun I have and I turn it on, maybe it shows like 25% battery, when last night it was full, or maybe it just doesn't turn on at all, or maybe it's just fine. But rechargeable batteries always kind of give me the heebie-jeebies. No idea why. I just don't like the thought that, I don't know, it just freaks me out. Another thing I wanted to touch up on for those, because this is just personal preference, of course, was the front grip. I have big hands. When you wrap your thumb around the front, the trigger guard will hit my thumb if I'm really kind of grabbing onto it, right? And when I was shooting it in the videos, I noticed that like my thumb kind of hurt, and I was like, what the hell was it? And I realized that it was just me pushing up on the trigger guard. So that's just something that if you have bigger hands, just be aware that you may not be able to wrap your thumb all the way around, which isn't a problem. I know I see a lot of pros in the videos put their thumb up here, or they wrap their hand like that. I don't know how they... I guess it's a comfortable way to shoot, but it's very weird. Or like, I've seen people do this before, which was super, super weird. No offense for those people who do that. It's all good. But just some things I wanted to touch up on. This is the marker. Dye really hit it out of the park. All the negatives I said about this were just personal preference, nitpicky to the max. I mean, this is a phenomenal marker. Word of advice, if you were to pick up an M3s, for the love of God, don't buy new, because they do have very bad resale. So try to get it used. There's a lot of people out there that picked it up for cheap and are selling for cheap, or they just are broke, or whatever it might be, but this marker retails for $1,700 after tax. I'm not too sure, but I know that they're selling used for like $800, $900 right now in PB Nation in September of 2018. So I'm not sure if that's going to go up after Cup, because I know Cup is in a month or two, but don't buy these markers new because the resale just drops significantly. Not that we're in it for resale, but just some food for thought for those who don't already know. Anyway, those were just my thoughts. I hope it wasn't too ranty. I hope you guys found this helpful. I guess I should really touch up on, if you wanted to get this or the M2, my opinion is definitely get the M3s. It has no OPR. It shoots a lot smoother. It sounds a lot quieter than the M2, and it's just a phenomenal gun. I mean, and it comes with the ULS tip too, so you kind of get a really great marker for just a great price used. Or if you can find someone, hook it up. But yeah, M2 versus M3, M3 wins, no question, no second thought about it. CS2 versus M3, well, you guys just have to wait for the video to drop because that's coming. Alright guys, thanks for watching. If you have any questions, any comments, if you guys need any other videos you want to see, just post them up. If you like the video, please subscribe. If you want to get an M3S just like this, please check out criticalpaintball.com. They have everything you need. They are an awesome group of guys over there. And they also have a Critical Crew Day once a month if you guys live in Los Angeles, over in Combat Paintball Park in Castaic. So, see you guys there.